Historical Clothing Exhibition. The participants this evening have put a lot of time and effort into their garb. So we appreciate you coming in to watch them and watch them strut their stuff and give a little information at the same time. Tonight your MC is going to be Bill Dunbar. He's going to be explaining all of their clothing and taking care of these folks. I hope you enjoy the show, and thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Hi everyone. Thank you to our director, Julian Kell. Our first entry, Mr. Patrick J. DeGeorge. Patrick's impression is a Civil War Union artillery sergeant assigned to Battery G, 2nd Illinois Light Artillery. The uniform is that of a Civil War Union artillery sergeant. In this case, the sergeant has chosen to dress up for the occasion, wearing his NCO sash and a stunning smoking cap. Please note the sergeant's stripe down the pant leg. And, once again, the stunning smoking cap. Next we have Michael Kinney. Reenactor Michael Kinney is portraying 1st Royal Scots Centre Company Private Michael Kenny, as he appeared 200 years ago in early 1813. The 1st Royal Scots would spend the next 2 years campaigning on the U.S.-Canadian border. The unit had just become officially renamed Royal Scots Regiment and now had new cap plates, buttons, and belt plates with the new name and Sphinx emblem. He has the new 1812 cap with Centre Company hackle, oakwood canteen, and India-patterned King's musket. The foot soldier's jacket was sewn from a pattern pulled from an existing 104th foot jacket by James Coachman. It has the narrow shoulders and high collar of the period and top-opening pockets of Centre Companies. The blue trim signifies a royal regiment. With no one making an 1813 belt plate, a unit member made a plaster cast of an original while in Scotland. This was used to cast bronze copies at the foundry in Rhode Island. The plate has the thistle, St. Andrew's cross, the Sphinx, and royal cipher.
It's great, Jimmy. It's great.
Next we have Colleen Huber and Heather Moore. The impression is Civil War middle-class women. Coat sleeves with jockey covers, darted bodices. Both have simple hair pieces with nets for indoor wear. The skirts are knife-pleated and worn with cage hoops. Both dresses are made of reproduction fabrics. Next, we are honored by the presence of Roman Legion Bigus Dickus, enlisted Marine from the ship Delphinus, Captain Lionel Brooks, and his compatriot in crime, Christopher Hogue, Mark Gotelt as Bigus Dickus. His wearing a legionary belt could only be worn by enlisted men in ancient Rome. He's also wearing chainmail with leather-shouldered doublins, and the leather doesn't rust. Charlie Hogue is Nautius Maximus, a signifier for the ship Delphinus. His helmet with the bare pelt, which makes him a signifier, is the symbol of a minor officer. Thank you, Joe. Next we have Timothy Flemke and Steve Recknagel, the battered black hats of the ragged-ass 2nd Wisconsin, which was part of the famed Iron Brigade. The 2nd Wisconsin was originally issued militia gray uniforms, which were eventually replaced by the more flashy and recognizable party hats and frock coats. The Iron Brigade was famous for being some of the Army of the Potomac's most elite troops. A Confederate soldier during the first day of the Battle of Gettysburg was said to have exclaimed, There are those damn black-headed fellows again. The Hardy hat was one of the defining features of the Iron Brigade uniform. The Hardy's official designation was the 1858 dress hat. It was used for dress occasions in the regular army, but was issued to men of the Iron Brigade as an all-purpose piece of headgear. This is not only effective as a clothing item in the field, but is also a showstopper with the ladies. The frock coat was also originally a dress item. Like the Hardy, the frock coat was issued as an all-purpose item for men of the Iron Brigade of the West. Thank you, Timothy and Steve. Next we have Michael Folkland, land of great people in Old English, a meaning of the word Illinois, a branch of Regia Anglorum. They do everyday impressions of life in the Anglo-Scandinavian Danelaw culture of 1,000 years ago. Everyday Anglo-Saxon and Scandinavian clothing that was worn about York and the rest of the Danelaw 1,000 years ago is being presented by Julie Watkins, Sharon Spaniel, and Carrie Ellen Kelly. And they're recruiting. They gather people who want to participate, who have volunteered, that have clothing and kit projects in process. They'll be willing to give you specifics if you wish to contact them later.
Hi, yes, I am Carrie. This is my colleague Julie. She is an older woman in our community, so she is a slightly conservative garb, what people think of as Viking. She has turtle brooches and a trefoil pin. Those are considered to be more of a pagan derivative. The Christians would not have worn those. These are not found in the Christian graves. My colleague Sharon and I are both in more Anglo-Saxon garb. We have a keyhole neckline overdress and an underdress. My underdress is linen. My overgown is wool. My colleague Sharon, she has a linen underdress and a linen overdress. Unfortunately, people sometimes have allergies to wool, so you make compensations. We both have caps. My cap is of blue wool. It's of a herringbone weave, which is very common and readily available in the time period in the 11th century before the Norman Conquest. Sharon's cap is linen. We have various color variations that are found in natural dyes. Sharon has a green color on the linen. This is,
weld or other plant.
And the red would come from madder. And I have, sheep color and natural linen. Yes, sometimes you don't vary things. Is there anything else?
Oh, this is color, natural.
Yes, natural color. Do we have anything else we want to share, ladies? Oh, and Julie is in the midst of craft while demonstrating. Julie is doing nail binding. She's making a sock. This is before knitting, but it's only done with one needle.
Thank you, ladies. Next on stage, we have Joe Clefman and Sue Miller. Alvin Carpus and his girlfriend, Moll Dolores Delaney. Carpus got his big break when he met Fred Baker, one of Ma Barker's sons, while they were both in the state pen. The Barker-Carpus gang took in over $300,000 from a variety of exploits, including burglary, bank and mail and train robbery, as well as kidnapping. He was eventually captured by the FBI in 1936. Carpus met Dolores in the late summer of 1933, and they remained together until she was captured by the FBI in November of 1935. They had one son together who was born later that spring while Dolores was in prison. Carpus and Delaney are dressed in the latest fashion of 1934. Neither of them would have had tailor-made clothing since they never stayed in one spot long enough to have something made up. What you see is an example of something that would have been purchased off the rack and then altered, probably a gun. Carpus is wearing an 8-panel soft cap, a white shirt with brown and blue stripes, and a silk bow tie. The suit is taken right from the Sears and Roebuck catalog, a matched suit of wool tweed with a half-lined coat. Notice the curved jetted pockets on the hip line. The vest, which is typical of the period, has 6 buttons and is adjustable in the back. The trousers, as this was before the war and fabric rationing, has French cuffs and pleats in the front. He's sporting brown wingtip shoes set to a high polish. He's carrying his overcoat for this cold weather, but under his coat, you will find a Colt automatic pistol for personal protection in shoulders. Dolores is wearing a woolen cashmere matched suit, blue and white chalk stripes. The jacket is single-breasted with very wide lapels, a popular trend in the early to mid-30s. She sports a red silk blouse, seamed silk stockings, and to keep warm this winter, she is sporting a full-length mink coat, which Alvin could easily afford for her even during this depression. Shannon Munns. Shannon's period is the Civil War. In the women's clothing, general garb of the upper middle class, day dress, zouave jacket, or traveling dress, made of American cotton. Her reticle has spoon silver holes, and the oldest form of air conditioning, a fan. And her chatelaine marks her as keeper of the chateau. Next we have Cole Cachadurian, fighting the Imperial Japanese Army, at Guadalcanal and dodging his sergeant. Battle-worn and starved, he's wearing the full uniform, carrying 2 high explosive grenades, 28. He's got a Jap bayonet on his pack. P-41s, Boondockers, an M19, 1918, French knife, trench knife. Thank you. Anything else you care to share, Paul? Storm that hill. Thank you. Next we have Bill Nordby. Bill Nordby's impression is a Potawatomi Indian, circa 1812, of the first U.S. Fort Dearborn garrison. Take it away, Bill.
Very few of the Indians fought with the Americans, so maybe about 10% or less. The British promised the Indians the land from Pennsylvania all the way from the Allegheny Mountains all the way to the Mississippi River. So, and then all the way to the Ohio River. But being I was affiliated with Fort Dearborn prior to the war, then I sided with the Americans. Now I'm wearing what's called a roach. The woodland Indians or east of the Mississippi wore primarily round roaches of various sizes. This one's made of deer hair that's dyed, white deer hair that's dyed red, and porcupine hair. And then the turban is made out of beaver fur, and it's called a headdress or a beaver turban, not a hat. Everybody tells me, love your hat, not a hat. The Indians never had a word for a hat. That's a European word. And then, being affiliated with Fort Dearborn, I got glasses because I couldn't see so well. And then the coat came from somebody who didn't need it no more. Most of the Indians, after the battle, they would go and pillage the death and get whatever they could use or needed or whatever. So I have this, and also I chose this also because I affiliated with Fort Dearborn. Then all these necklaces that I'm wearing, you see I have this claw here, which is a turtle claw, snapping turtle claw. I have a turtle on this little medicine pouch. And I have a turtle here, trade silver turtle. And I have another turtle on my shoulder bag here. Another Indian would be able to tell that I belong to the turtle clan. Now my earrings, or my ear cuffs, they pierce their ears a lot, but I'm wearing ear cuffs because a lot of Indians, if you were walking somewhere and somebody gave you something to drink or eat, gave you a meal, you came across somebody's camp or whatever, you could take it off and give it to them as a token of thank you. That's why most of the earrings that they wore were semi-precious, like out of sterling silver or some kind of stone attached to it or something of that sort. So I have a bead over here, and I have a sterling silver comb, so I can give it to somebody as a token of thank you. Okay, then the shirt is just an ordinary shirt of the day. And my sash, they originally thought that the sashes kept you from getting hernias when you carried heavy weight. And then they realized that wasn't so the Indians just used them to hang things on like a belt. And so I have a utility knife, everyday knife, that I would carry. Almost every Indian carried some kind of knife. And I have what's called a noggin. Most of them are plain, but mine just happens to be extra fancy, hand-carved. And then the Indians believed in the afterlife. Almost all the Indians believed in the afterlife. So they would actually cut off your trigger finger so you couldn't shoot at them. And they would make things out more. I've actually seen knuckle bone necklaces. And then, so you couldn't hear them sneaking up on you, they would cut off your ear. And you will see there's a good movie out there called Black Road. And at the very beginning of the movie, you'll see that one of the priests is setting up an altar, and you'll see he's missing finger parts, and he's missing parts of his ears, both of his ears. The Indians believed in that. Believed in taking your part of your ear or your finger, so you couldn't shoot at them or you couldn't hear them sneaking up on you. And then I'm wearing a priest cloth made of leather, or of wool. And then I have leggings on. Leggings were to protect our legs. They would have either wool or leather. Usually in the spring, summer, and early fall would be leather for going through the woods because the wool would tear up. But in the winter, they would more likely have wool on. And then the leg ties are decoration and to keep the bugs from crawling up my legs and to swat them off when the ends flap back and forth. And then being I'm affiliated with Fort Dearborn in weather like this, I would have shoes. Otherwise, I would wear moccasins. Thank you.
Samantha is modeling a cream silk dressing gown in kimono style with oriental trim. Her period is the 1920s. Her undergarments include peach silk slip trimmed in chantilly lace and silk step-ins with ribbon rosettes. She wears her stockings rolled beneath her knees with yellow and pink garters to create a daring statement. I'll take that dare. The boudoir doll is named Miss Mabel and is outfitted in reproduction sleepwear, including nightgown, kimono-style robe, slippers, and boudoir cap. The ensemble was created by the insane mistress, also known as Samantha McLaughlin. Staff Sergeant, Bravo Troop, 2nd Squadron, 106th Cavalry. This is a contemporary Army uniform. The new Army service uniform, it takes a lot of historical elements from uniforms of America's military past. As a Cav Trooper, he's wearing a black Stetson. As a combat cavalryman, he's also wearing the gold spurs as part of his footwear. Thank you, Patrick.
Point out a few things. I know there's probably quite a few old veterans in here. This looks like the dress blue uniform. Essentially, it is. The Army has made just a few slight modifications. For example, the giant service stripes we used to have been shortened to the similar ones that used to be on the green uniform, as well as the combat stripes. If you'll notice, unlike most Army uniforms, I'm not wearing any unit patches. That's because combat patches have been moved to be a badge on the pockets. Other than that, the uniform is basically the same as the dress blue uniform, but this is the dress blue uniform. This is permanently taking the place of the old green uniforms that you used to see for many, many years in the U.S. Army.
ladies and gentlemen, this comprises all of our entrance and